Hello students. So your next project is called Drawing Experiment, which I realize is kind of a weird name for a project, but it'll make a little more sense in just a minute. So the learning objective for this project is that students will engage in an experimental drawing process and evaluate the end project. So you can see that's why I titled it the way I did. The lesson outline, as always, we have the overview first, and then you're going to actually create a few drawings before you start in the actual process of the final project. The final process is going to be a collage, but I want you to incorporate some drawing into that, so we're going to do 2 drawings first. So in number 2, you can see it says you're going to create 1 representational drawing in pencil. So that's just a drawing that looks like something, and then an abstract drawing, and I want you to use either markers or colored pencils or both. So I want that one to be in color and the other one to just be in pencil. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to analyze some different artworks, specifically collage artworks, and then we're going to talk about them. And then finally, you're going to start collecting images from magazines that you're going to use in your collage. Okay, so down here you can see on number 6, it says create collage, and I want you to use pieces of your representational drawing, abstract drawing, and magazine cuttings. And you can see that in this example here, so you can see they have part of their pencil drawing that they've cut up and arranged in different ways, part of their magazine clippings, and also pieces of what looks like an abstract drawing as well. So that may seem a little overwhelming because there's lots of pieces, but I want you to be really creative because you can create lots of different things with this, and it can be pretty much whatever you want. Okay, so some things to consider. First, you have the artistic process, which is just the general guidelines for creating art. So the steps you're going to take to create whatever it is you're making. And then I want you to know what experimental drawing is. So that's process drawing. So it basically just means you don't know what it's going to look like when you get done. And we're kind of doing that because you're going to start with those 2 drawings, but you don't necessarily know how those drawings are going to be incorporated into your collage until you get to that part. Mixed media just means that it's techniques that involve the use of 2 or more artistic media. So that could be any piece of art that has more than one type of art in it, so like ink and pastel. A collage is a form of art made by cutting paper or other materials and gluing pieces together, so that's what you guys are going to be doing. And then context is the environment that surrounds the art, so that might be the physical environment the artwork is located in or the influences that inspired the artist to create whatever it is they made. Okay, so we're going to talk about representational and non-representational because your first step for this project is to create a representational drawing and then an abstract or non-representational drawing. So which one of these drawings look like something? Like as soon as you see it, you know what it is. It's this one, right? The horse. So it looks like a horse. When you see it, you recognize it as a horse. It represents a horse. That's why it's called representational. Whereas this one over here is non-representational. You may look at it and see something, but everyone doesn't necessarily see the same thing. So it's non-representational. Okay, and so I have the steps here on the process you're going to do to create your collage or your drawing experiment, just so you can read them if you like to read steps. I'm a person that likes to read steps, and I also have an example of what it might look like, so you can see there's lots of weird abstract drawings in here. There's clippings of images, all kinds of things going on, so there's really lots of different ways you can do this project. I went ahead and added a link to this video I found on YouTube on how to make abstract collages, and I thought that it was very, very interesting and helpful. In the video, the guy going over how to make a collage, he usually does his collage work on the computer, but he does talk about how you can do them with paper, which is the way we're going to do ours. There's lots of different ways you can do it. Here's a couple more examples. So you can see this one doesn't really have a lot of things that actually look like something, whereas this one, they're using a picture of Frida Kahlo, and then they have other drawings and random pieces of color and things like that in the background.